All praise is due to Allah, who has united the hearts of the believer in Islam, and has made it an obligation to remain united, and has made it forbidden to become separated in His clear book. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah, who guides to the straight path whom He wills, and I bear witness that our leader Muhammad is His messenger and the best caller to the way that is straight. O Allah, send your prayers and your peace upon our leader Muhammad and upon his family and upon his companions, whose hearts were united and whose souls were educated, so that they became victorious leaders. And what follows thereafter, O believers of Allah, I advise you as well as I advise myself, to first have the proper regard for Allah, and thereafter be obedient to Him. Dear believers, I greet you with the universal greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be with you. We are now transitioning into what are known as the Rabbana du'ās, and there are 40 of them. These Rabbana du'ās are found throughout the Quran, and they are take place in many of the different stories that we see, and we shall touch on those as we progress through these 40. This week we are looking at the Rabbana that says, "Our Lord, accept from us our service, for you are all-knowing and all-hearing." And this was a du'a that was made in the Quran. It stated that it was made by the Prophet Abraham and Ishmael as they constructed or rebuilt the Kaaba. And for us in practice, a lot of times we find ourselves where we're doing a thing that's positive, we're doing a thing that is good, and we want to get the benefit or we want to get the blessing from our Creator, but we don't know how to ask. We don't know how to communicate what it is that we would like for our Creator to do. So for those who work, those who contribute, those who do meaningful things in society, in their communities, this is a du'a for you. It says, "Our Lord, accept from us our service. Accept from us our service. Accept this time, this effort, this affection, this patience. Accept these things from us that I am applying to do good, to benefit someone else, to be helpful, to be a contributor. Accept this sacrifice from me." We're asking our Creator to accept the service that we've done. And I know in the military we're thinking, oh, someone thanks you for your service, this and that, and we get caught up in that type of thing. But here we are asking Allah to accept our service, not our military service, but the things that we do for others, the things that we do to benefit others. Accept it from us. And in the end it says, "For you are all-knowing and all-hearing," meaning that I'm not broadcasting, that I don't have to broadcast the things that I've done, that I don't have to put on social media all the things that I've done to help someone. Allah is all-knowing. Allah knows what it is that you have done, and He's all-hearing, meaning that He hears that silent du'a that you may make. Because maybe you feel that this is going to be the one action, the one act that is going to weigh on your scale and get you to paradise. And because you're calling on your Creator, and maybe you're in a place that you feel a certain way that you don't want to outwardly express, and you don't want others to know that you're calling on Allah to help you. He is all hearing. He hears that request in your heart. So our Lord, accept from us our service, for you are all-knowing and all-hearing. أقول هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Our Lord, accept from us our service, for you are all-knowing and all hearing. Very often in our lives, we go out and we do things that are may not immediately be seen as beneficial for others. We take our time and we take our efforts, we take our money, we take our energy, and we apply it to something. And so often we don't get the accolades or the high fives or the way to goes that we feel that we should have or should be getting. Maybe those that we do a kind act for are ungrateful. Maybe I hold the door open and they don't say thank you. Maybe I get my child something and they don't seem appreciative. Maybe I do something for a colleague and they don't respond, or I do something for my spouse or a loved one and they don't respond in the way that I feel that they should. And it's because I have attached my emotions to their response. I have attached my self-worth to their response. And so I have to evaluate, why am I doing this thing? Am I doing this act? Am I doing this kind gesture because it's the right thing to do? Because it makes me feel good about being of assistance, of helping? Or am I doing it because I want them to say thank you? Because I want to get a response for them. I want them to acknowledge me and to acknowledge the thing that I have done. And so sometimes we get hurt. Sometimes our feelings get hurt. Maybe I cooked dinner for my family. Maybe I washed clothes. Maybe I cut the grass. Maybe I bought some shoes. Maybe I paid for this or I paid for that. I paid for this meal. And I didn't get the response that I felt that I should get. And my feelings are hurt. And so I lash out. Because I gave my emotions to this response. But here is this du'a. Here is this du'a that the Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, and the Prophet Ishmael made to their Creator. To the one who knows all, the one who knows the struggle that it was for them just to get to the point where they could rebuild the Kaaba. Who knew the struggle that they had within themselves just to be righteous enough, just to be good enough people to even be asked or put in a place by their Creator to take on that task. They turned to Allah. Not the people who were going to later turn and face the Kaaba for prayer. Not the people who thought that this building should be rebuilt, or not the people who thought that it would benefit immediately in their environment. They turned to their Creator and they said, "Oh Allah, accept from us our service, accept from us this service." So you turn to Allah when you do this good deed, when you do this kind deed. Say, "Oh Allah, accept from me my service, accept from us our service." Because you are all knowing and all hearing. And this was the dua of Abraham. Don't get your emotions so wrapped up into the response of others. If you're doing a good deed, do it for the pleasure of Allah. Don't do it for the pleasure of these other people. It may benefit them, but it's for the pleasure of Allah. So you go to Allah and ask Him to accept your service. And I assure you that your Creator will provide you the response that you need. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka as-sami'ul 'alim. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. La sharika lahu bi dhalika umirtu wa ana muslimin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ameen.